Hey, welcome to Bits and Bytes. Today we are going to see how to use tool called cargo and how to declare and use basic variables in Rust. Okay. Um, First we'll go to any empty folder and then open your command prompt. I'm using Windows Terminal. You can use anything you have preferred. To follow this video, you have to install cargo on your machine. Uh, this will be installed as part of your Rust installation. In case if you not installed Rust in your machine, I gave another video link in the description. Just follow the video and install your Rust in your machine first, and then continue this video. Okay, so if the Rust installed in your machine and cargo also installed in your machine, then you should be able to run this command. Okay, as you see, if you are checking cargo, it should uh, return the version number which is installed. Okay, if you are able to see this version, then you are good to go. Type cargo new any name. Okay, I'm just giving hello world. So what this cargo will do, when you run cargo new and hello world, it's going to create a new application called hello world. Okay, it will do all the basic scaffolding, and then it will create a full application for you. Now we can go inside that folder. Right. Let's look at the individual files, how it's look like. So the first thing you have to pay attention on this cargo.toml file. Okay, so this toml file is like your basic application configuration. Also your dependencies will be managed in the file. Okay, for example, on this particular application we are not going to use any external dependencies. For example, if you are going to use any other application which if you are required any third-party dependencies, you have to mention that under this dependencies. Okay, so when you are compiled, cargo build tools will automatically pull the dependency and then compile as part of your application. And then here is a name is like what is the name of your application. Whatever you gave in the cargo command, it will come here. Okay, we gave us a hello world, so the name is taken as hello world. And then the version, for now just don't worry about the version number, leave default one. In case if you are creating libraries which will published into a cargo repo, then you have to worry about version number. Like whenever you change some new fixes or something change, you have to change the version number according to that. We will check that as later how to manage this versions and everything. For now just leave the default one, you're good. And then the edition, so the edition is basically tell the cargo which version of the compiler to use to compile your program. For now just leave the default. Okay, 2018 is fine. Later we can see what are the different version of the compiler available, and then how it's different from each other. We will see the things. Okay, so that is basically a cargo.toml file. And then if you see, this is a git ignore, this is for basically the git function, right? If you know git, you will be understand. If you don't know the git, no problem, leave it, you no need to pay attention on this. Just to and then we can go to the main.rs file. So this is your main file where your actual application you are going to write. Okay, if you see there is an additional folder created automatically here, target, that because I have a Rust I have plugin in my VS Code. Okay, here I have my Rust extension, so it will do auto build and then checking my code whether it's for syntax, and then if it is correct, while we are writing a code itself, it will check syntax error on possible errors. Okay, If you are using VS Code, please install this one. It will be really helpful. If not, no problem. Okay, we can check in the command line. Now that's it for our basic application. Now our application code is ready. Let's see how the Cargo tool will help us to build and run the program. Okay, let's run Cargo build. Okay, so now it's, if you see, there is a two output. The first one is compiling, and then for second one is finished, right? In the compiling step, it's take our application and then compile, then it will create the binary for us, right? And then in the finished, if you see, it's mentioned it is a dev build and then in unoptimized. Okay, that means for while you are building for development, it will generally include information needed for debugging, and then or some while exception handling, everything it will be included. Okay, and also it's not optimized. That means it's not optimized for uh, high performance or anything. It's just optimized for just to run and give you the output. Okay, so you should not use Cargo build for production. So if you are going to build for production, then you should use this command. You should use Cargo build hyphen release, right? Then if you see, it's also doing compiling, and then in the finished it's saying it's an optimized version. Okay, so that means it will remove all the debug information, and then it will optimized for how the higher performance. Okay, that is the thing. This will create a executable in your the if you run only Cargo build, it will create a executable inside your debug folder, right? If you are running with a release flag, it will create a executable in your release folder. Okay, you can go to inside this folders and then run the program. For example, I am going inside my uh, target, and then inside my release, and then I can run my hello world. It's going to put give me my output. Okay, but while you're developing, you may not want to build it every time and then run it again. So you can use another command called Cargo run. Okay, so what it's going to do is it will build your program and then run it the program automatically, right? If you see here, it's done the development build and then it's run it automatically. Okay, so it will improve your time. And also another command what you can use it, Cargo check. Okay, so what it's going to do is it will not compile or anything. It will just go through your code and see if everything fine, if your program will compile correctly or not. You will just check that one. Okay, if you are building any big application, every time you are build or run, it may take long time. So what Cargo check will do, it will just simply go through your code, and then uh, periodically it will give you the, or you can check the output. Okay, so it will fast your development process continuously. So now we know how to build, how to run. Okay, now we'll see how to declare one basic variable in Rust, and then how to use it. Let's let's remove this print statement and add let a equal to 10. Okay, now if you see, I gave let is a keyword to declare any variable. There is another one keyword, it's called const. We'll see on the next video. Okay, for now we'll see only let. uh, so let use for declaring a new variable, and then a is a variable name, and then this is a value. Okay, in Rust by default all the variables are immutable. What does that mean is, if you're if you've declared a variable and assigned a value, and then you can't reassign any other value. Okay, so for example, it will throw you there. So you can change the value of the immutable variable. So by default, all the variables are immutable. Okay. If you want to change the value, then you can use this keyword called mute. So what it will do is it will mark the variable as immutable. Then you can actually change the value. Okay. In the next video, we'll see what's the difference between immutable variable and const, and when to use the immutable variable, when to use the mutable variable, and everything. Okay. If you want to see that video, please subscribe the channel so you will get the notification. Yep. Thank you.